morning, my dear students. Last class we have been discussing the problems on event side, types of events. So today I am going to discuss the new concept, that is what probability of an event. So I already discussed in the first class only how you get a probability of an event. So still I want to repeat it. So first one, the formula which is going to find out the probability of any event is given by. So for example, E is an event and we need to find out the probability of the event E. So probability of the event E is obtained by number of outcomes present in the event E divided by total number of outcomes present in sample space, or in other words, probability of an event is equals to number of favorable outcomes to the given event divided by total number of outcomes. Let us consider an example. Coin is tossed twice. What is the probability of getting? What is the probability of getting at least one tail? Now let the solution. Start the solution. Here the given random experiment is a coin is tossed twice. Therefore, the sample space associated with this random experiment is given by S is equal to HH, HT, TH and TT. Therefore, we need to find out the probability of which event here? Getting at least one tail. Therefore, let us define the event is E. E event is defined by getting at least one tail. So therefore, the event E consisting the outcomes. At least in the sense greater than or equal to how many number of tails? One tails. So at least one tail in the sense minimum one tail. So we need to write the outcomes which consists one tail or two tail, because coin is tossed two times here. Therefore, we need to write the outcomes which consists one tail or two tail. Therefore, the possible outcomes of the event E. So this outcome consists zero number of tails. Therefore, this outcome is not present in the event E. HT consists one tail. Therefore, HT is one of the possible outcome of the event E. And TH consists one tail. And TT consists two tails. Therefore, these are the three possible outcomes which are present in the event E. Now we need to find out the probability. So therefore, we know that probability of the event E is given by number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes, or number of outcomes present in the event E divided by total number of outcomes present in the sample space. Therefore, here number of outcomes present in the event E divided by number of outcomes present in sample space. Hence, probability of the event E is given by number of outcomes present in the event E is 3 divided by number of outcomes present in the sample space 1, 2, 3, 4. So therefore, 3 by 4 is the probability of getting at least one tail when a coin is tossed twice. I hope all of you understood. Still there exist some more formulas which are given by. This is the first formula, and the second one is probability of the event E plus probability of the event not E. Not E is nothing but E complement. If I add probability of event E and probability of not E, which gives 1. I hope all of you understand. And now the third one is probability of the event A union B is equals to, the formula is given by probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. I hope all of you understood. And there exists some De Morgan's laws which are given by A union B whole complement is equals to A complement intersection B complement. This is the first law. And the second one is A intersection B whole complement is equals to A complement intersection convert to union B complement. These are the two important De Morgan's laws which are used when we are solving the problems. I hope all of you understood. If possible, take a look. Now the second question, a die is thrown, then we need to find out the probability of the following events. First question, we need to find the probability of a prime number will appear, and second one, a number greater than or equal to 3 will appear, and the third one, a number less than or equal to 1 will appear, and the fourth one, a number more than 6 will appear, and a number less than 6 will appear. Let's start the solution. First, here he has given that the random experiment is a die is thrown. Therefore, the sample space associated with the random experiment a die is thrown is given by S is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now we need to find out the probability of the event a prime number will appear. So first question, let us define the event A. The given event is a prime number will appear. A prime number will appear. I hope all of you understand it. Therefore, the event A consisting the elements. Among 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, the prime numbers are given by 2, 3 and 5. As you know that the prime numbers are the numbers which are divisible by 1 and itself. So therefore, the prime numbers are 2, 3 and 5. Hence, the probability of the event A is given by number of outcomes present in the event A divided by number of outcomes present in the sample space, which is equals to the number of outcomes present in the event A is 3. So 3 divided by 6 is equals to what? 1 by 2 is the probability of getting prime number will appear when a die is thrown. I hope all of you understand it. Now the second question. We need to find the probability of a number greater than or equal to 3 will appear. So first let us define the event. B is the event defined by a number greater than or equal to 3, or a number greater than or equal to 3 will appear. Therefore, the event B consisting the outcomes. We need to write the outcomes which are equal to 3 or greater than 3, and which are given by 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 3, 4, 5 and 6. Therefore, probability of the event B is given by number of elements present in the event B divided by number of outcomes present in the sample space S, which is equals to number of outcomes present in B is 4, total number of outcomes is 6, and which is equals to 2 2s are 2 3s. I hope all of you understand it. Now the third question. And we need to find out the probability of a number less than or equal to 1 will appear. So let us define the event. Event C is a number less than or equal to 1. Therefore, event C consisting the elements. We need to write the outcomes which are equal to 1 or less than 1. So there exists only one which is equal to 1. There does not exist any numbers which are less than 1. Therefore, the event C consisting only one element, that is what? 1. Therefore, probability of the event C is equal to number of elements present in the event C divided by number of outcomes present in sample space S, which is equal to number of outcomes present in the event C is 1 divided by total number of outcomes in the sample space is 6. Therefore, 1 by 6 is the probability of event getting a number less than or equal to 1. I hope all of you understand. Now the fourth one. Fourth one is we need to find out the probability of a number more than 6 will appear. First, let us define the event. D. D is what? A number more than 6 is same as greater than 6. I hope all of you understand. Therefore, probability of the event D is given by number of outcomes present in the event D divided by number of outcomes present in the sample space. So first we need to write the outcomes present in event D is given by. So we need to write the numbers which are greater than 6. But when a die is thrown, we should get the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 are the outcomes. So among these 6 there does not exist any number which is greater than 6. Therefore, the event D consisting 0 number of elements. Therefore, D is one of the null set. Hence, probability of the event D is given by number of outcomes present in the event D. D is a null set. Therefore, there exists 0 number of elements. Therefore, number of outcomes present in the event D is D 0 divided by total number of outcomes in the sample space is 6. Therefore, 0 by 6 is 0. So 0 is the probability of getting a number more than 6 when a die is thrown. Now the fifth one. So fifth one is we need to find the probability of number less than 6. Let us define the event. E is what? Number less than 6. Therefore, the outcomes present in the event E is given by. We need to write the outcomes numbers which are less than 6. When a die is thrown, the possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Among these, the numbers which are less than 6 are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Therefore, probability of the event E is given by number of outcomes present in the event E divided by total number of outcomes present in the sample space, which is equal to number of outcomes present in the event E is 5 divided by total number of outcomes in the sample space is 6. Therefore, 5 by 6 is the probability of getting a number less than 6. I hope all of you understood. If possible, take a note. Now the third question. 3 coins are tossed. Find the probability of getting 3 heads, 2 heads, at least 2 heads and at most 2 tails. Let's start the solution. Here the given random experiment is 3 coins are tossed. Hence, the sample space associated with this random experiment is given by H, 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 T, H, T, H, T, H, H, and then H, T, 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 H, T, 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 H, and T, T, T. I hope all of you understand it. The number of outcomes present in this sample space is 2, 4, 6, 8. Therefore, number of outcomes present in the Now we need to find the probability of getting 3 heads. So first define the event. Let A be the event defined by what? Getting 3 number of heads. So getting 3 heads. Therefore, the outcomes which are present in the event A must consist 3 number of heads. Therefore, there exists only one outcome which consists 3 heads, and which is given by H. And now, probability of the event A is given by number of outcomes present in the event A divided by number of outcomes present in the sample space, which is equal to number of outcomes present in the event A is 1, and total number of outcomes present in the sample space is 8. So 1 by 8 is the probability of getting 3 heads when a coin is tossed thrice. Now the second question. We need to find the probability of getting 2 heads. So let us define the event. Let B be the event which is defined by getting 2 heads. So therefore, the possible outcomes which are present in the event B consisting only 2 number of heads, and which are given by HHT consists 2 heads, HTH consists 2 heads, and THH consists 2 number of heads. Therefore, the outcomes which are present in the event B is HHT, HTH, and then THH. Therefore, probability of the event B is given by number of outcomes present in the event B divided by total number of outcomes present in the sample space, which is equal to 3 number of outcomes are present in event B, therefore 3, divided by 8 number of outcomes present in the sample space. Therefore, 3 by 8 is the probability of getting 2 heads when a coin is tossed thrice. Now the third question. We need to find the probability of getting at least 2 heads. So let us define the event. C is an event which is defined by getting at least 2 heads. At least in the sense greater than or equal to how many number of heads? 2 heads. So at least 2 heads means we need to write the outcomes which consists at least 2 heads, means we need to write the outcomes which consists 2 number of heads or 3 number of heads, because the coin is tossed thrice. Hence, the outcomes which are present in the event C, the outcome which consists 3 number of heads, there exists only one outcome, that is what? H, and then we need to write the outcomes which consists 2 number of heads. We already written here. So event B consisting 2 number of heads, that is what? T, and then HTH, and then THH. So these are the 4 outcomes which are present in event C. Therefore, probability of the event C is given by number of outcomes present in event C divided by total number of outcomes present in sample space, which is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 outcomes are present in event C, therefore 4, divided by 8 outcomes are present in the sample space, which is equal to 4 ones are 4 2. Therefore, 1 by 2 is the probability of getting at least 2 heads. Now the fourth question. So in fourth question, we need to find the probability of getting at most 2 tails. So let us define the event. So D is an event defined by getting at most 2 tails. So So therefore we need to write the outcomes which consists at most 2 tails. At most in the sense less than or equal to. How many number of tails? 2 tails. Therefore we need to write the outcomes which consists at most 2 tails. It means we need to write the outcomes which consists 0 number of tails, 1 number of tail or 2 number of tails. Therefore the outcomes which are present in the event D. So 0 number of tails are present in the first outcome, that is what? H. So this outcome consists 0 number of tails. Now we need to write the outcomes which consists 1 tail. So HHT consisting 1 tail. So HHT, and then HTH consists 1 tail, and then THH consists 1 tail. THH. And now we need to write the outcomes which consists 2 number of tails. That is what? HTT consists 2 number of tails. HTT. And then THT consists 2 number of tails. And then TTH consists 2 number of tails. And TT consists 3 number of tails, which is not possible for at most 2 tails, and TTT is not present in the event D. Therefore event D consists 2, 4, 6 and 7 possible outcomes. Therefore probability of the event D is equal to number of outcomes present in the event D divided by number of outcomes present in the sample space, which is equal to 7 number of outcomes are present in event D divided by 8 number of outcomes are present in sample space. Therefore 7 by 8 is the probability of getting at most 2 tails. I hope all of you understood. If possible, take a note.